I never imagined that I'd be here. New gifts revealing themselves every day. So many options for where life could go. Am I a life coach, writer, motivational speaker? So many talents that I brushed off as nothing in the past, telling me all the reasons why I couldn't pursue them. Downplaying different skill sets off as a fluke, unaware that these same things were the pathway to my success. Instead of making light of these talents, they needed to be nurtured, improving my ability to tap into whatever skill I needed when necessary, whether that be leadership, writing, critical listening, and so on. Open now to careers that no longer feel like work and are natural, learning the best ways and conditions to allow them to thrive. Not everyone gets this opportunity to live in their purpose. I wish they could. All people deserve this level of fulfillment. Admittedly, it isn't always an option, but I hope I can help. Having to walk in the unknown time and time again, it was scary, but so worth it. Opening so many doors that at one point in time I thought I was unworthy of. Things can change, but you have to put in work. Some days are good, others okay, and some just downright crushing, but we get through. This is how I'm getting through. These are the confessions of a healing healer. What's poppin' with it, everybody? My name is Marissa the Thinker. I've done this like about 1,100 times, and I don't want to keep recording this motherfucking intro. So on that note, I am Marissa the Thinker, and this is the first episode of Confessions of a Healing Healer. For those of y'all coming from the podcast, appreciate it. Hi, what's up? How you doing? Here's my face. Finally, after a whole long year, here it go. I'm a little sweaty. Went to the gym today. A little shiny, like my grandma put Vaseline on my face. But it's all good. We gonna keep going anyway. Because bitch is a single parent. There are ruby ears. I got things to do. All that being said, welcome. So, what is Confessions of a Healing Healer, you ask? Confessions of a Healing Healer is going to be a place where I get to talk about my thoughts and feelings throughout my healing journey. So for y'all who come from the podcast, you already know. But I've been on a healing journey for about a little over a year now. Started back in January 2021. I finally made that decision to turn my life around, change it for the better. I used to be one hating ass nigga, to be honest with you. I used to be a hater. Not that I was like a hater. Like, of course I wanted to see everybody win, but you know, like I very much used to be one of those people who would look around and be like, damn, I wish my life was like that. Damn, I wish I could have this. Why everybody else winning? When gonna be my time, God? When I'm gonna shine? And a long story short, everything that I went through in that process led me to a point where it's just like, I don't think that way no more. I don't think that way. I don't act that way. Like, everything about me has changed. And it's changed in a way where I feel like anything is possible. Anything is possible. I can get anything that I want, and I can live my life for me and get everything that I need out of life. So, that's why I wanted to create this. So, you know, back in January 2021, I was in a relationship. It was all right. It was cool. It was decent. You know, it was decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was happy. My work situation, it was cool. You know, I didn't hate it, didn't love it. It was paying the bills. It was better than my last job. Shit, before that, I was a retail manager. So, shit, you know, what I do now, I draw for a living. So, what I do now, of course, is better. But, you know, it's still just like, you know, blase blah. Just really settling. Really doing a lot of settling in my life. And at the time, I was okay with that. I was perfectly okay with that. Until I broke my ankle. And that incident changed so much for me. Everything changed after that. I started seeing things for what they are. Realized that my relationship really wasn't as happy as I thought it was. Realized that I wasn't as happy as I thought I was. Not just in the relationship, but as a person in general, I was not happy. And it caused me to go into a deep depression. With my state, I couldn't leave the house. I couldn't do anything. I was basically down for like 4 weeks. And, you know, I live in Texas. I'm not from Texas. So like, I got friends, but I don't have a whole bunch of friends. And like, I kind of like to stick by myself. If y'all don't know me, like, Marissa be by herself. Marissa like to be alone. Marissa be ducked off somewhere chilling and not talking to nobody, and perfectly okay with that. Marissa don't need a whole lot of attention, but I'm gonna stop speaking to myself in third person now. But like, I be, you know, off to myself, but like, I was really off to myself, you know, at that point in time. And I really was just kind of like set. I had to sit and think, and it kind of like led me to a depression, to the point where, you know, I'm not gonna say I was having suicidal thoughts, but if I wasn't here no more, I wouldn't be mad. It was like that. And at that point, it's time to go see somebody. It's time to go get help. Time to go get help. It's time to call somebody. It's time to do something. Something has to give. Something has to change. And that's what I did. I was at a point where I could finally go get therapy. It had been a seed in my mind for a long time, but I had convinced myself that I didn't need it. Well, you need it now. You need it now. So I went, made an appointment, and boom. From that point in time, everything started changing around me. I started seeing the world from a different perspective. I started seeing myself, the people around me. Everything started changing, and it started changing for the better. And when I say changing for the better, I'm not saying that it was sunshine and rainbows. It wasn't. I have cried a lot. I have screamed to God a lot. Hell, I screamed to God in this process of trying to do this, okay? I was screaming to God 2 weeks ago, and a month before that, It gets frustrating. It gets hard. It gets difficult. But you figure out how to just make it work and push through. And before I knew it, like, my life was changing before my eyes, and it led me here, you know? It actually was one of the things that led to the creation of the podcast. Because, fun fact, when I started going to therapy, one thing that I would say is that I have a problem seeing things through to the end. In the past, you know what I'm saying? Like, I struggled in college, didn't see that through to the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, in relationships, I'm quick to bye. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I get into it, bye. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't see things through to the end. Like, I'll have a lot of ideas. I'll start them. I'll stop them just because I don't feel like it no more. My bad. I got a phone call. I'm new on the job. I didn't remember to put my phone on D&D. Whatever. That's how you learn. Anyway, so yeah, I had a problem with seeing things through to the end. And that was one of my first goals in therapy, was to see something through to the end. And we said it on the podcast, and a year later, not even a year later, I guess it's 2 years. Like, what fucking damn, it's going on 2 years now. That's crazy. But you know, like, we go doing the podcast for like almost a year. I know it's going through some new changes, but it's not stopping. I'm still here, so it's still going. So you know, like, now I can see things through to the end and just so much more. So, in that process, though, I started doing something called journaling, and it was something that I didn't want to do for a really long time. And people would be like, journal. I'd be like, no, my thoughts are fine in my head. I don't need to do all that extra shit y'all talking about. But I wound up doing it and loving it. And from there, I've kind of like gathered all of my thoughts up, and that's how this came to be, because this is a place where I want to put that on display. I want to put the good times, the bad times, and just what it really looks like to show, and hopefully, to share my story and to hopefully show other people that it is possible to turn your life around regardless of where you are, regardless of what you're going through. It is absolutely possible to turn your situation around. It's never too late for that. It's never too late to change the way that you think, but not everyone has the tools and the resources. And at one point in time, I was one of those people. So if it's anybody that I can help by sharing my story, I like to do that. So I'm sure some of y'all are probably asking, like, why you call yourself the healing healer? Fuck, you a doctor? A therapist? What the fuck? What is you? I'm none of that. I'm gonna start by saying that first and foremost. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm none of that. I don't have no certifications, no professional, nothing. Like, everything that you get from this channel is literally going to be me talking through my own perspective and my own experience. Take it if you want to take it. Don't if you don't. It don't bother me either way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to help somebody that's willing to listen if whatever it is that I'm saying applies to their life. Because I realize that everything don't work for everybody. And that's perfectly okay. Maybe this is a place where we share all of our experiences and share what we know and work together and help heal each other. Because I definitely don't have all the answers. I love talking to people. I love learning things. So always feel free to share. Let's have conversations. Let's talk. I want to do lives and things on this channel, so we can really share and we can really get into the depths of things and what it's like to heal. But I call myself the healing healer because I'm just a person that likes to help people. It's a passion of mine. I love to help people turn their lives around. I love helping people identify the things that are holding them back in life and, using what I know to be able to help them improve. And, that's where the healer part comes from. And the healing part comes from, I'm not perfect. I don't have all of the answers. I just be winging it. I just be winging it and I be going through it, but it works for me. And, a lot of people that I know do similar things and they found success, and I just like sharing those things. So, again, like, it's a process. Sometimes you go back to your old self. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not completely new. I'm not completely new. Sometimes I slip back in my old ways. I can get crabby. I can get petty. I can do all of those things. I'm capable. And that's why healing is a process. And I don't think people talk about that enough. Like, sometimes you do backslide, but it's not about, the mistakes that you make. It's about how you pick up from those mistakes. Do you learn from those mistakes? Are you trying to be better? What's your intentions when you make those mistakes? That's what's really important. And, that's why I say I'm healing. Because I'm pretty sure as people, you could talk to people, hey, did it ain't changed? Yes, I have. But you know what I'm saying? If you catch me on a bad day, you might not think I have. You know what I'm saying? You might not think I have, but overall as a person, absolutely. And again, I'm at a point where can't nobody tell me who I am. That's a part of the process too. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what other people think. All that matters is that I wake up and I try to make myself happy every day. And I do the best that I can to be a good person and be a good person to other people. But I'm also not willing to sacrifice myself or my needs and my happiness in the process. Like, self-love was a major hurdle of this journey. And, as we go on, like, I'll get more in depth about it because I feel like self-love is a thing that doesn't, I'm sure people talk about it a lot. I'm sure it's beat down, but y'all ain't heard it in my way, an authentic way. a way that's relatable. So, just going on that self-love journey and learning how to tell people no and to stand up for yourself and all of that kind of stuff. So, all of that. So, what to expect? I plan on doing these like once a week, a little vlog about certain things. Sometimes I might talk about fear, I might talk about overcoming, I might talk about love, I might talk about strength. Who knows what I'll talk about. It'll depend, and it'll change as I go along my healing journey, because it doesn't stop. It's a lifelong process. It never stops. So I'm gonna talk about all of that. We're gonna do some more interactive things, but this is more so you can see the different sides of me, the healing side of me, the healing, like I'm healing, like the healing side of me. Like you can get to see that side of me, and like hopefully we can just build a community of people that's helping each other become better. You know what I'm saying? I realize not everybody, is willing to do the work to help themselves, but for the people that's willing to do the work and willing to be self-aware and reevaluate the stuff that they doing, and people who are seeking like true fulfillment for their lives, like that's who I'm here for. That's who I want to help. That's who I want to tell my story for. And like, never am I gonna tell people what life should look like. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might talk and it might, no. Like, everybody has to find their own fulfillment. I feel like everybody deserves to be genuinely and authentically happy regardless of what it looks like. And that's what I mean by fulfillment. I mean seeking and finding genuine happiness. And everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves to have, a job that they like, a relationship that they can be happy and thriving in. Like, everybody should wake up and feel like they have a sense of purpose, like something to live for. Like, this is for the people who, wake up and it's just like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what it is that I'm doing. And they want to change that. Like, this is who that's for. This is who Confessions of a Healing Healer is for. So, if y'all done with that, subscribe to the channel, tune in, ring that notification bell button so you know when I'm posting. All of my social media is going to be down in the description box below. I got Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I don't never use that shit, and I don't use Twitter either. But, I got all of that. So, if y'all want to follow me, go ahead and follow me. All my social media down at the bottom. If you want to donate to the Cash App, that's also down at the bottom. And if you, tune into this channel, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Thinker versus Speaker, and just stay tuned to see what's to come. Thinker versus Speaker is changing. We're going to have a whole lot of new guests, new conversations, new topics, a new direction in general. So if y'all rocking with me, I'm still fucking with y'all. I'm not stopping. I'm dedicated. I'm gonna keep rocking with y'all. So y'all rocking with me, subscribe, tune in. We're gonna keep it going. Hope y'all have a good day. Talk to y'all later.